Hello, this is Ryan from Amnesty, and I'm going to show you Isabella or Spain. I'll show you their victory conditions that I recommend if you were to play them, their social policies, and their two unique units. So, her personality trait will be the 7 cities of gold, which means you'll get a gold bonus for discovering a natural wonder, and then your bonus will be enhanced if you're the first one to discover it. You'll gain culture, happiness, and tile yields from natural wonders will be doubled. So essentially, it's more or less what I'd consider what's it called? If you're near the wonder, it's an added perk, but it's really nothing that special. Her main attributes are really from her 2 unique units, considering her personality trait is really not that special. Now, I mean, if you do find it first, you will get tons of gold. It helps out tons. You do want to go and look. You do want to go off to different continents. If you're playing like a what kind of map setting? Continents-based, or even like an Earth-based, realistic setting where everybody starts kind of in Europe, and you're one of the first that will kind of sail off. Doing something like that, you may find that it is useful. But anyway, the top 4 victory conditions that I'd recommend. Number 1 would definitely be domination. Her 2 unique units are very good. Granted, you don't want to start attacking right away. You'll want to wait until mid-game or so when you get knights, when you get musketmen, because that's when you get your special units. The conquistador, the biggest thing about them will be the fact that when you go to a different continent or an island or whatever it may be, you can attack with them, knock out the barbarians, knock out anybody that may be there even, and you can make cities with them. It's very, very helpful. If you don't want to go down the domination route, you could even try science to an extent, because again, you'll be sprawled out, you have lots of cities, and science is something that is worthwhile, especially if you have tons of cities. You'll be able to build the libraries and build up science that way. What I definitely would not recommend is diplomacy. Diplomacy doesn't really work too well with Spain. I mean, throughout history itself, not so much in present day, but prior, they didn't really use diplomacy with Central America, and they kind of just took over and made cities and did whatever they wanted to do and make slaves and get gold, and that's how they did it. And really, in Civilization 5, it's the same way. There really isn't much of a bonus to diplomacy. There's not much of a reason to really do it. Now, you can do it and you can win that way, but it's not something I'd recommend. It's not really something Spain is strong with. And then culturally, I would say it's one of the least. It's really a situational kind of thing, just as her personality trait is very situational. Again, I mean, culture, happiness, and tile yields from natural wonders are doubled. It's very nice. If you're near a natural wonder that gives you culture and you have it doubled, it'll be very nice, sure, but it won't be enough to really go for that specific thing. But I've seen some people really excel with cultural victory with Isabella for that reason, because they put a city right near the I forget, it's the golden natural wonder, and then they do really well with it. But I will show you the Tercio and the Conquistador now. Now I'll show you the Tercio, which will cost you 160 production or 320 faith. It has a 26 combat bonus, a 2 movement, and its abilities will be a bonus versus mounted units, 50%. So it's very good. It's essentially a pikeman and a musketman combined into one. It's very nice. So any, let's say, for instance, knights, they will absolutely wreck knights. They are very, very good against them. Again, it's more expensive to build than a regular musketman, so it will take you a little bit longer to build these, but in the end they are worth it because they're essentially 2 units in one for a little bit of a cheaper price than building 2 of them. And now I will show you the Conquistador, which is the biggest unit they have. It costs 135 production or 270 faith. It is a mounted unit. Its combat strength will be 20. Its movement will be 4. There's no defense terrain bonuses, so you can't be on a hill or forest tile and expect a defensive bonus because they don't get it. They can move after attacking, so you can kill somebody and run away. It's very nice in that regard. It has extra sight, 2 tiles of extra sight. It's really nice. It's almost like a scout and a settler knight all combined into one. And then it can embark with defense. It's a medieval era unit that specializes in scouting and colonizing overseas. Now remember, in order to make cities with these guys, you have to be on a continent that is not where your capital is at. That is a big deal, because I've seen some people play this civilization and wonder, hey, why can't I just use this guy and go all the way to the other side of the continent and make a city? It's because you have to get off the continent, go somewhere else. Even if it's just an island, you can build a city there, so as long as it's not on your continent. And now I will show you the social policies I'd recommend if you were to play Isabella. Now before I show you any social policies, I'll show you Spain's start bias. Generally you won't be in the tundra. Generally you'll be in the plains, grassland, a little bit of forest, and some tiles of desert. I don't know why it started me here, but it did, oddly enough. And generally you actually will be around some natural wonders, and you will be near water generally. Now as far as the social policy I would recommend is by far liberty. As any other expansionist type civilization, you will want to go with liberty, specifically because, again, it caters to those that want to expand quickly and rapidly. It will help out with culture, getting some more social policies, but again, not to the point where you can win culturally with a lot of cities, because usually it's more difficult to do so. You'll get a settler, you'll get a worker, they'll work faster, and these settlers, you'll be able to make them more quickly and whatnot as well. And then I really wouldn't recommend any kind of cultural victory, so I wouldn't say to ever go for tradition or patronage. Strictly liberty is really what I would consider. And then the rest of the social policies are really up to you as a player, what's going on, things like that. Thanks for watching this video on the Spanish. Please rate, subscribe, and comment, and check out my other videos.